The state of New Hampshire is experiencing difficulty in finding labor to fill jobs. Since employment in the state is high, everyone who wants a job has one, so it is difficult to find labor to fill low-paying jobs. The effects low labor availability has on households and local residents are generally positive. Existing jobs and jobs that need to be filled have high competitive wages, putting more money into the citizens' pockets. However, if businesses cannot fill the jobs they have available, they cannot satisfy the demand coming from consumers. This can result in slower economic growth, which can lead to less hiring of workers. If the employment rate rises faster than anticipated, the Federal Reserve can raise interest rates to combat potential inflation. When businesses become involved with the low labor availability issue, smaller businesses often cannot pay their employees as much as large corporations. At a time of low labor availability in any state, big companies will be able to offer more competitive wages, while small businesses may not. However, higher wages throughout the state means residents have more money to spend, money that can be potentially spent at small businesses. Low labor availability affects local, state, and national levels in similar ways. Low labor availability leads to higher wages being paid, and therefore allows the economy to expand. The government also receives more income tax due to the higher wages. The national government may have to relax immigration policies in order to receive workers who will be employed in the lower paying jobs that are available. Citizens from other countries will see the low labor availability as a good opportunity and may want to immigrate to the country with the lowest labor availability. Even low-skill and low-paying jobs have their wages raised as a result of the state's low labor availability. As stated before, the national government may have to relax immigration policies in order to receive workers who will be employed in the lower-paying jobs that are available. When labor availability is low, a business may not receive all the resources they need to manufacture their product because of the low-paying jobs that are required in the delivery of said resources. For example, factory worker and truck driver positions are needed to deliver resources to a business, and in a low labor availability situation, it becomes more difficult to fill these jobs. In the production of goods, companies often cannot meet the demand since workers can find jobs that pay more than a factory worker position. In the delivery of services, lower-level jobs like drivers and waitstaff also may not be filled. The key is to find workers who will be willing to fill lower-paying jobs. The whole picture of how the players and the markets connect can be seen through a circular flow diagram. When the economy is strong, there are more jobs available. Therefore, more money can be earned, and that money earned goes into the benefit of households as well as the product markets. Since the households now have more money, they have more savings, which benefits the financial markets. This means households have more money to spend, which also benefits the product markets. Since product markets benefit from more money spent from households, more revenue is created, and that goes into business firms. Since business firms have more money, the job market becomes more competitive and workers can receive higher wages. Again, these higher wages go into households, and this is another way households generate money. With more money circulating, and therefore more demand for products, factor markets create more factors of production. These factors of production are used by business firms and companies to create goods and services. More goods and services come out of businesses and companies, and this creates more revenue for product markets. With the combination of government, the factor markets, financial markets, business firms, product markets, and households, it is easy to see how all of these connect and benefit each other. High employment and the need for workers are helping the population of older potential employees. A female relative who has been a mother for the past 20 years views the state's low labor availability as a positive thing. While businesses generally want to hire younger employees, they are now being forced to take on older employees who may be re-entering the workforce. My relative and her peers have been able to quickly find jobs with good wages since employers in the state are in need of workers. Low labor availability is not seen as a positive by all New Hampshire state residents. When asked about the state's low labor availability, an owner of New Hampshire Pizza Restaurant stated that while his wages were competitive, no potential workers were applying for jobs. This issue is also found in the manufacturing, technology, and school bus driver fields, which are generally low-income fields. The three main solutions to solving the issue of low labor availability are relaxing of the national immigration policy, raising minimum wage, and creating preferences within a work schedule. Each solution comes with their costs and benefits for the country and its citizens. One consequence of relaxing the national immigration policy may mean there are more people in the U.S. uninsured. Additionally, there may be more students in the national school system who may not speak English, and cities may become more overpopulated. Finally, the relaxing of the national immigration policy could raise the population, and housing costs may rise as a result. However, the relaxing of the national immigration policy allows potential employees into the country who will be willing to work in the low-paying jobs that need filling, like at the pizza restaurant. With these jobs filled by immigrants, businesses can improve productivity and efficiency. The relaxing of the national immigration policy could result in more consumer-driven spending. If minimum wage is raised in the U.S., people may be put out of work and companies may instead outsource workers who live in other countries with a lower or non-existent minimum wage. Raising minimum wage could also affect the profits of employers and businesses. On the other hand, raising minimum wage helps families handle price inflation and puts more spending money into the hands of the people, which will help benefit the economy. More spending also means more demand, which can create more available jobs. Raising minimum wage also results in more consumer-driven spending since people will have more discretionary income. Finally, there is the solution of creating preferences within a work schedule. While there are no monetary costs to doing this, using this strategy could prove inconvenient to employers. For this solution in particular, the benefits greatly outweigh the costs. Creating preferences within a work schedule allows employers to retain their workforce easier, create more predictability in the lives of employees, and cuts down on traffic during morning and evening rush hours. The negative externalities to these solutions are similar to the costs and consequences mentioned before, like overpopulation, higher housing costs, loss of jobs and profits, and inconvenience to employers. A positive externality of relaxing the national immigration policy means there could be more consumer-driven spending. Raising minimum wage also results in more consumer-driven spending. Once again, less traffic during morning and evening rush hours is a positive externality of creating work preferences within a schedule. The solution for solving the issue of low labor availability ideally has few negative externalities, requires low government involvement, as well as little impact on the public. Therefore, the best solution to solving this issue is creating preferences for employees within a work schedule. It has the least negative impact and externalities and comes with many positive benefits. It also requires the least government involvement and public awareness.